New figures on the number of people not registered to vote has renewed concerns that we are becoming increasingly disengaged from politics. According to the Electoral Commission, at least 6 million eligible people were not registered to vote at the end of last year, a figure that rose sharply to 8.5 million at the local elections this year. That's more than double the number of unregistered voters a decade ago, when 3.9 million people were not on the electoral register. Young people were more likely to be unregistered, with only 56% of 19 to 24-year-olds registered to vote, compared with 94% to those over 65 years old. And home ownership also has an impact. Just 56% of those living in private rented accommodation registered to vote, compared to 88% of homeowners. But the Electoral Commission highlights that almost half of those not registered to vote, or 44% mistakenly, believe that they are. Our Midlands correspondent Darshna Soni has been out and about in Nottingham looking for those missing voters.
Oh, hi there.
Hiya.
How's it going?
A friendly greeting for his constituents. Tulani Molefi is a newly elected councillor. Originally from Zimbabwe, he thought engaging voters here would be comparatively easy, but has found instead a very different type of problem. Many people say they just aren't interested.
I feel a bit disengaged.
Over the last decade, the number of registered voters in Nottingham plummeted, although the City Council has worked hard to change that, and last year numbers were up.
There are many varied reasons. Again, so to go back on the expenses scandal, but because it affected all people in politics, so therefore we're all seen as the same, we're in it for ourselves, which is not true, because a lot of us go into it to help the society and help our areas.
But you think scandals like that have tainted?
They have very much people's view of politics and politicians.
6 million people who are eligible to vote haven't registered, according to the Electoral Commission. That's much higher than previously thought. Young people in particular seem to be turning their back on elections, with only 50% of 18 to 24-year-olds having registered. Nottingham has a high proportion of students, and they're less likely to register, as are people living in rented accommodation, compared to those who own their own homes.
This one is the kind of box you're thinking of.
Lois Brown voted for the first time in the last election, but says many friends her age are put off.
No, I think people have sort of lost interest. I mean, a lot of young people don't think they get listened to, and I mean, a lot of people I know wanted to vote for Lib Dem, and then did so, and then a lot of the stuff they said they were going to do, they didn't do,
So they feel let down?
So they feel let down, yeah.
Her boss too has noticed that some customers have lost their taste for politics.
On a local area like this here, and we have lots of different issues around this area, things like parking and etc., and there's never a sense of anything getting done, anything getting achieved.
So you think people generally feel there's no point?
There's no point in voting.
The Electoral Commission says there's been a disengagement with traditional party politics, but single-issue campaigns are attracting more interest.
My children went through, we don't feel we want to vote, but they've gone back to voting. Perhaps it's just a period when they're teenagers, I don't know.
I am registered, don't vote.
Why not?
Much of a muchness, really. I don't think either one of them's got anything to say that's credible.
Getting people to register is, of course, no guarantee that they will vote. Last year, the turnout was 65%. Darshna Soni, Channel 4 News, Nottingham.